Welcome back to another episode of Dogecast. This is Vin, and we have a lot to talk about. First, we're going to talk about these tweets from Elon Musk that he put out last night. They sent the crypto markets crashing, but this is not bad news for Dogecoin. Although Doge is subject to the whims of the crypto market and what happens to Bitcoin, it doesn't mean that news like this is going to keep Doge out for long. So let's go through it. First, you can see here Elon Musk. And then he has Bitcoin, hashtag Bitcoin, and a broken heart. So here it is in all its glory, sending the markets crashing. I know I said it would be over between us if you quoted another Linkin Park song, but I've found someone else, him. So in the end, it didn't even matter. And if you know the song, you know what they're saying here. He put Bitcoin, hashtag Bitcoin, and a broken heart with this image here. And what does this mean? If you watched my video yesterday, I think you might already have an idea, but I'm going to explain to you what I think Elon Musk is saying here. If you didn't watch my video from yesterday, watch it after this video. But in that video, in short, I came up with a theory, hypothetical, and there's a chance that there might be some truth to this, that Elon Musk was petitioning Bitcoin to in some way join forces with Dogecoin. Now, when I say join forces, I don't mean become one entity, but basically to allow Dogecoin to piggyback off of Bitcoin's transactions, thereby helping Dogecoin by making it more secure and legitimate, and also helping Bitcoin by diversifying what it does and actually making Bitcoin much more of a powerhouse, because not only does it become the digital gold, but it becomes the go-to for any blockchain or crypto asset that needs added security and the value of Bitcoin increasing there. I think there's been conversations between Elon Musk and Bitcoin, and for whatever reason, they're not working out. And Elon saying, my heart is broken. So who is who here, though? Is Elon's side represented by the girl and Bitcoin the boy, or the other side around? Well, let's take a look at the next tweet he sent out. And just a couple of hours later, he put this out. We see the girl and the boy laying down. Each of them have a laptop and they're looking at each other. And the boy here says, I miss you. And she says, why are you crying? And then he says, because I miss you. But of course, on his laptop, you can see there's a crash in the market. So clearly here, the girl represents Elon Musk's side. The boy represents Bitcoin, and the boy Bitcoin is basically saying to Elon, I miss you. And then, hey, Elon's saying, well, why are you crying? And then Bitcoin is looking at its crashing value. Now, before I can explain to you what I think is going on here, and by the way, I think this is unbelievably good for Dogecoin, we need to look at this first statement and the last part of it, where we see, I've found someone else. So what is Elon talking about? Is he saying that he's found someone else, that Bitcoin is no longer necessary? I think he is. I think Elon wanted Bitcoin to help and join forces with Dogecoin. But of course, Bitcoin is the snobbery of crypto assets. I'm going to show you how other crypto assets are not the snobbery in just a moment. And I'm also going to show you who I think Elon might be joining forces with. But for whatever reason, it doesn't seem like it's working out with Bitcoin. I don't think Bitcoin likes Dogecoin. I really don't. Dogecoin came out and it was basically making fun of Bitcoin. It was a joke of Bitcoin. And I think that the creators of Bitcoin don't like Dogecoin. I think they don't like what's going on with it. I think they look at Dogecoin as a mockery of everything they are. And when Elon presented to them, listen, I get that you think it's a mockery, but it's a thing now. And the people are behind it. And he came up with a plan to benefit all sides, Bitcoin and Dogecoin and himself, in a union of working together to increase even the value of crypto assets in totality. But I believe that the creators of Bitcoin so much so despise Dogecoin that they didn't want to be a part of it. And so Elon puts a little heart that's cracked, crushed in half, but he says, I found someone else. Who is that someone else? Is it possible that it's the founders at Ethereum? If you know crypto assets, you know that Ethereum is the #2 crypto asset right now by market cap. And many people are projecting that at some point in the future, they will actually take over Bitcoin's role as the #1 market cap crypto asset. We see here in the title, Vitalik Buterin says he loves Doge, suggests Dogecoin Ethereum collaboration for scalability. Let's just read a little bit of this. What happened? Speaking on the Lex Friedman podcast, Buterin, who is a co-founder of Ethereum, said he definitely does not fear the Doge. In fact, he loves the cryptocurrency and he holds some coins. He added that Ethereum accepts Dogecoin every year for its annual DevCon conferences. Let's continue on. He said if Doge wants to somehow bridge to Ethereum and then people can trade Doge thousands of times a second of loopring, it would be amazing. If they want to just take up ZK rollup style technology and just have thousands of transactions a second on their own chain, that would be a great outcome as well. Let's go to the next quote. Once Ethereum gets scalability, any scalability thing that works for Ethereum, as such that you would be able to also trade Doge with extremely low transaction fees and very high speeds as well. It is very possible that Elon is in talks with the founders of Ethereum, and he is looking to connect Doge and Ethereum together. The really big point of all of this is that even if Bitcoin does not want to help support other crypto assets out there, and that is what I think is going on here, and I think that they're snubbing Dogecoin, there are other individuals out there who are not the snobbery of crypto assets, and they're saying, you know what? We would be involved in this because we see the benefit for all of us, the benefit for Ethereum to become diversified and allowing other crypto assets to piggyback off its transactions. It makes it more valuable. Doge and Ethereum are not in competition with each other, and these guys realize that. And so there's this openness of others who are very intelligent. I don't even know exactly what he was talking about in that quote because I don't understand the way that this entirely works as far as the back end stuff is. But I can tell you this, there are people who are willing to work with Elon Musk and the founders of Doge to come up with absolutely solid solutions to benefit Doge and themselves. And if Bitcoin won't come a part of it, maybe, just maybe, Elon Musk might send out a tweet with a broken heart and say, hey, I found another person. I found someone else. And maybe that other person is the founder or the founders of Ethereum. But even if it's not them, it could be someone else. And even if there is no someone else and I'm completely wrong, this news coming out from Ethereum is a complete fact and they are willing to work with Dogecoin. This is amazing news for Dogecoin's future. I am not going to tell you that they're going to come out with a solution in the next week or two. That's not going to happen. Maybe not even the next month or two. Because these things are difficult. It takes time for this scalability to occur in the right way. But in the next year or two, is it possible? If this happens, it's a wrap. Dogecoin is no longer ever going to be considered some sort of a joke or low-end crypto asset. Once this happens, I can't even describe to you. You would have to have cryptocurrency collapse in entirety for Doge to go anywhere if this happens, because Ethereum is the real deal. In my opinion, actually, if you don't invest in Doge, because I like Doge. Doge is fun. Doge is exciting. If you've been in the market today, I'm going to go to the chart in just a second and explain to you what was going on today with Doge. But Doge is fun. I mean, it's volatile, but it's fun. Ethereum for me is a little bit more corporate to me, you know, the contracts and the corporateness of it and the back end stuff. It's fine. But if you were going to not invest in Doge and you wanted to invest in another crypto asset, Ethereum is really the top of the line one as far as I'm concerned. So let's look at what Doge did today and let me explain to you why things are looking really good. So this is the chart for Doge today. This is the day chart. You can see it is down 2% on the day, and man, did it fall. This was following, by the way, Elon Musk's tweets here. So it kind of fell quite a bit, and all crypto assets experienced the same thing. Here was Ethereum's fall, and here was Bitcoin's fall. They all went through the same thing, although Dogecoin fell quite a bit more. There's a couple of reasons why. Number one, it actually started a little bit higher overall because it's been up 20-30%. So it kind of had a lot more to consolidate based off of all of the hype that it's been getting in the last week, where Bitcoin and Ethereum haven't been getting that hype. So it had more to fall. Plus, there's been a little bit of a sell-off. Let me go to the weekly one. So where Doge kind of hit this high of 43 and 44 cents, there was a number of whales. Now, if you know crypto assets, whales are those individuals who hold a very large percentage of the Doge. So there was some whales that sold off a massive amount of Dogecoin. One of them sold off 800 million Dogecoin. Another one sold off 200 million Dogecoin. So as they're selling them off, people are buying them back, of course. And you might say, well, that's bad. Why would they sell them? They actually sold them at the right time. These whales were actually looking out for Doge when they sold them. They didn't want to sell them during a down market or bad news. They wanted to sell them when Doge had this influx of new energy. And the Coinbase announcement opening up to Coinbase was that opportunity where they could sell off a lot of their Dogecoin and not really hurt Doge because people would be buying back in. But then you might say, well, why would they sell off at all anyway? Because that's a lot of money. When they sell off that Dogecoin, it is a life-changing, not only life-changing, but I mean, it's your whole world-changing amount of money. I mean, you basically do whatever you want. At some point, these people are going to exchange their Doge for some sort of world currency at some point. I mean, Doge is still, very low, and it's 0.37, 0.38 cents. They're going to get something else. Now, that the future of Doge is amazing, but these people want to cash in on what they have. But they also don't want to hurt Doge either, and they did it at the correct time. So the whales sold off, people bought back in, but then on top of that, with Elon Musk's tweet, it sent everything down. Now, some people would look at this and go, oh no, 35 cents. That's not bad. Doge right now, in my opinion, should be living between 36 cents and 38 cents. That's where it should be living. The number I gave you yesterday was 37 cents, 0.37400. That's a healthy place. Why? Because that would mean that Doge would have gotten a 10% bump from the Coinbase announcement. That's a good growth. If Doge got a 40% bump from the Coinbase announcement, that would be inflated. It wouldn't be right. Doge needed to consolidate down where it's supposed to be, and where it was supposed to be was between 36 and 38 cents. However, more people actually invested in Doge than I realized. And if Elon Musk didn't tweet out what he tweeted out, I actually think Doge would be living in the 38 to 40 cents range. Once he tweeted that out, then it was definitely going to go down, because look at the weekly chart. Where was Doge? Look, Doge was down to 29 cents. May 30th. We're talking about 5 days ago. Doge was 30 cents. In 5 days, Doge has gone up 8 cents. That's more than a 10% increase. So anyone who's out there saying that, oh, Doge is not really going up, that's ludicrous. It's going up amazingly, and it's still outperforming in the last 5 days Ethereum and Bitcoin. No matter how people want to look at their percentages, Doge is doing amazing right now. So let's talk about what we should do in the future here. If Doge is between 36 and 38 cents, very healthy location. I do not see Doge falling below 30 cents anymore at this point. I think too much consolidation has occurred for it to dip below 30 cents. And if it dips to 29 or 28 cents, it's going to be a buyback. So I think Doge is sitting comfortably above the 35 cent range, and it can hover very nicely and very healthily between 36 and 38 cents. If it remains above that, that's a good thing. That means there's a lot more investors than are even anticipated. And so I would say hold your Doge. It's going to kind of level off, and then eventually it's going to probably see a bump up. The only way it gets a bump down if there's some horrible news, but we don't see any horrible news on the horizon. And actually everything looks good, especially Elon Musk's tweet and talking about the founders of Ethereum, what they're saying. I see a good future for Doge. Right now, people on Coinbase, I believe, can now trade Doge. It actually, when I went on my Coinbase, it said tradable. So now those individuals are able to get in. And I think what's going to happen is some people are going to wait for the right time, and they're just going to shoot in, and they're going to buy into Doge. And I would give it maybe a week or so, within the week or so, and we're going to see it bump up to the next level. The next level might shoot way up. It might go up to like 50, 52 cents. But of course, every time it goes up, you need to expect it to consolidate back down. It's like strengthening it, okay? In the Northeast, we have snowstorms, right? If it's very cold out, you get this light snow that piles up very quickly. But what ends up happening is the snow compacts down, and that's what consolidation really is. yes, it shrinks in size, but it becomes stronger. So when you're seeing it come down, you have to think to yourself, yes, there's people who are selling it, but there's people who are now buying it, and they're buying at higher and higher and higher values. And as people buy at higher and higher values, it strengthens the asset itself. And so you need to think about it that way. So I believe in maybe a week or so, we're going to see a bump up. It could even be sooner than that. But if Doge remains in the 36 to 38 cent range, really good. If it bumps down lower than that, man, you should buy. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, you should buy. Like, I saw Doge today, it was pretty low, and I might have pressed the buy button. I might have reinvested a little bit. That's just me. I'm not a financial advisor. Disclosure, you do whatever you want to do. But I can tell you, I think I pushed the buy button there. And so now I've seen that investment already return back. So I like to buy those dips, especially when I think to myself, I really don't see it go back here. And if it does go back here, that's okay. If it goes down a little bit lower, I might buy even a little bit lower. You know what I mean? So I don't see it possibly really going below 30 cents again, but it should remain at the 36 to 38 cent range. What do you all think about these tweets from Elon Musk? What do you think about the founders of Ethereum? Do you think something is going on there? I think there is, and I think it might take a little while for that news to come out, but there's some good things coming down the line for Dogecoin. You are in at a really good time. I mean, it would have been awesome to be in 6 months ago, but you know what? To be honest with you, this is a good time. 10 years from now, not so good. 10 years from now, Doge is going to be just completely established. But right now, it's not. So it's exciting and it's fun. Yes, it's volatile. It's an up and down roller coaster ride. It really is. But we're seeing good news come out all the time. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming along with me. As always, I will catch you next time.